Let's just go live. No countdown this time. And a little bit of music. Music for me. Actually, we'll figure it out next time. Let's see. Need headphones or else this. Yeah, it'll get banned. All right, guys. So, welcome back to the channel. Today was actually supposed to be my first upload for a Flutter video, but I'm currently going through some stuff. Me and my wife are going through some stuff, like a couple, I guess, legal things, I guess you could say. So it's been causing us like a lot of stress, and I just got to support her through these through a tough time. So I haven't been able to put that video together. I might actually get it out tomorrow, but I figured this way we could just do something that's constructive, and it's something that I've been wanting to do, and it's actually something that's been very important for a couple of my students now. Some of my students, the ones that are currently members of the kiloloco.com membership, I have a few people actually asking me about Firebase and getting stuff going with Firebase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially go through a real quick Firebase run, see if I can knock this out in maybe like 2 hours or something like that. And we're going to create like a social media feed real quick, where you're able to scroll through photos probably, and then also, obviously post photos, and then maybe even have like, because one of the students is asking to be able to have essentially sub photo, like photos within the photos object. Like, so there will be a feed object, right? There will be a post object, and then inside that post would have multiple photos. So we're gonna be doing that, and the way that I think I'm gonna do is probably try to make like I just thought about this right now. Maybe we'll make like a restaurant menus app or something like that. Like a restaurant menus feed or something like that. So maybe I should have called this social feed. I'll call it food feed. Making social media feed. It's fine. You guys get the concept. You guys could flip it around into a social media feed. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. It's all going to be in Swift. It's not going to be in Flutter. Flutter just takes too long for me right now. Flutter is actually a little bit slower than coding stuff in Swift, just because you could use interface builder or storyboards, right? And I'm still learning, right? So that's why. So Bernard is up in the chat. What's up, Bernard? And he says, "Yo, Kyle, just finished watching a bunch of Kilo Loco videos, and then you're live." Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm brainwashing your ass. That's what's happening. All right, let's get into the coding. Oh, guys, hold on. Before we get into the coding, look at this. I bought this mechanical keyboard, which I'm like super excited about. So like I actually switched out these keys myself. So this one right here, this is the command key. I switched it out myself, and then these two are like the different functions, and then up here is obviously the escape key. But yeah, like I'm super excited. Like it's freaking heavy. It's called An Pro 2, and it's a mechanical keyboard, which just means that it has like, compared to a different keyboard, compared to something like this, it has like individual input receptors. So you can take off the keys, and you know what? Let me show you real quick. Let me show you guys real quick what it would look like. So I'm gonna take off the command key so you guys can see it real quick. So the difference between a mechanical keyboard and like a regular Logitech keyboard that you get like at Walmart, which is where I got mine, is that it has individual input sensors, and like it just gives you a little bit of a different feeling while you're typing. And I figured, I type a lot, so I kind of looked into it. And the reason why I kind of actually got into looking at even mechanical keyboards is, well, one is because the cool customization, right? So I have like, you could get like custom keycaps, so that's pretty cool. This is also called, this thing right here, this brown thing, that's called a switch, and so that's what actually registers the tap. And and there's different switches, so like some of them are a little bit harder to press, some of them are a little bit easier to press. I just kind of went with whatever I thought might be right for me, which were brown switches. But yeah, it was really cool to look into. Oh, watch this. Um, Watch this. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Hold on. Hold on. Watch this. Look at this. Isn't that cool, guys? So it's completely wireless, and this one is considered to have like a RGB. Um, it's considered a RGB, but yeah, which means that it has like a backlight. But I just thought that was super cool, just being able to have a backlight where it lights up, and then it makes for good Instagram photos. Um, but yeah, I'm taking it out on a test run. This is also something new for me, so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, let me get my music going, because I need music tonight. I need to get into the groove. Keyshawn Rodriguez says, "Damn, I want to watch, but I'm actually taking another course on Swift right now." Oh, that's cool. What course are you taking? I'm actually about to start releasing a lot of courses, I think. And I'm actually leaning towards the mini courses. I was supposed to put something out today, but once again, I was kind of busy today. But Keyshawn, if you could, I hope I'm saying that right. If you could tell me a little bit about the course that you're taking, and what are some of the things that you like about it? Like, why do you like that course? That would be awesome. It would be helpful, because then I'm going to start putting out courses too, and hopefully help you guys out too. So let's just move this over here, and yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to create a new project, and I'm not going to be going over I'm not going to be explaining everything step by step, but I'll do a reasonable job to explain why or whatever I'm doing as I go. But if you guys want to like chat, then let me know. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Let's just kind of hang out tonight. This is kind of research so that I could show it to my students. I can be like, hey, go check out this video. It's going to help you out. And yeah. Oh, also, I have another question for you guys. Do you guys look at the keyboard when you type? Because I do. And you're not supposed to, right? So if you don't look at the keyboard when you type, which means that you know how to use proper finger positioning, how did you guys learn proper finger positioning? And is there like a resource that you can point me to where I can learn how to do that too? Because I need to start getting into better typing. I would like to get into typing a little bit faster. I'm kind of actually in a talkative mood today. I think it's because I haven't been talking that much today. Okay. All right. So let's get this new window going, and we'll start up a new Firebase project. That's not enter. Hold on. There we go. All right, let's do this. All right, project name is going to be Yum Yum. Right, I accept. We'll create the project. Yep. Actually, while we're waiting for that to go through, what we can do is we can use our terminal to get things going and get into that directory, change directory. It's in the desktop and it's in Kale Learning. Yum. Yep. Pod init. Open pod file. And okay, so hold on, because I don't like when it does that. Open. Yeah. Damn it. I meant. Come on, dude. I'm tired of the file opening up in text edit. I want it to always open up in Visual Studio Code. Why Firebase? I'm trying to separate my life from Google. Kate, why are you trying to separate your life from Google? Don't do that. Why? Firebase because it's the fastest thing to get up and running. I'm not to the point with Vapor to where I can set up a database. Yeah, I can't set up a database with Vapor that fast. And I don't know other web frameworks well enough to do it with the other web frameworks either. You had the wave cap. ASAP. Don't play that. They want to see me go, hey. All you gotta do is speak on yay. All you gotta do is speak on yay. Don't get you too chipped like Frito-Lay. Kate, you gotta tell me why. You gotta tell me why. After working as an iOS developer for a year, I learned that Android is such a scary system and Google is kind of scary too. My Android colleagues talked a lot about what they can do with phones. Oh, well, that's always been known though. Like Android has so that's like always the argument of why people choose Android over iOS, right? Like when you say, because Android has so if you talk to somebody that can afford to buy an iPhone, and the reason why they don't buy an iPhone, they're probably going to say that they're able to do so much more on an Android phone. And that's just really well known that you can do a lot on Android phones because they're built on Linux. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that it's not a bad thing, but it's also not a good thing. It's just that yeah, you can do a lot of stuff on Android, and there's a lot of things that you got to also watch out for, in regards to, which apps you're downloading. You want to make sure that you're downloading from a reputable source, because Google does not actually review the apps as thoroughly as as Apple does. So just keep that in mind. Let's see, work. I didn't do pod install. Actually, I can't do pod install, right? What am I doing? Let's just open up. But why Google though? That's what I want to know, Kate, is like why Google? I'm actually going towards Google. It's funny that you say that because I'm actually moving towards Google more. It's actually kind of alarming for me because it's like, oh damn, I'm starting to like a lot of things that Google's doing right now. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna still be a fanboy of Apple. Yeah, but I thought only owners can do it, but developers can do it too, and it's scary. But that's not really, it doesn't really have to do with Google though. Like, that's not Google though. Like I said, the only reason why I'm kind of like asking is because I'm getting more into Google with because of like things like Firebase, or not Firebase, Flutter. And that's kind of why I'm asking. Date added. Yeah, you supermodel thick. Then it is busting out the bottom. I'm a supermodel. I like the genie at the bottom. Fuck it up. I'll pipe her up. I'm a piper up. Just that. One more time, baby, do it big. Come boo the shit. Yeah, you supermodel thick. If I pull up with a Kerry Washington, that's gonna be an enormous scandal. Where is it? What the hell? All right. Forgot to open in VS Code. I think I skipped over. I think I might have got that fixed. Do you think if I upload an app, I will be put in jail? I spent so much time building an app which downloads subtitles, and now I think it's illegal in Western world. I don't think anybody's going to put you in jail for that. What will happen is if you're doing something illegal, your app will be taken down if it even makes it to the App Store. So, first, you can try to upload it. And if it's doing something illegal, it won't make it to the App Store, especially if you're on iOS. But if it's not doing something illegal, what will probably end up happening is you'll receive a cease and desist order, if anything, and at that point it will be essentially to halt your business. Now, I'm not a legal advisor, so I can't legally advise you that you won't be put in jail, but this is like a victimless crime. The likelihood of you going to jail, especially if you're probably just trying to help somebody with an app, like, come on. That would be overly messed up. I don't think anybody's going to try to put you in jail for that. Okay. Actually, we're in the wrong project, I think. Open yum.xc work. They say hi, yay. The bad thing about Firebase is that, like, you have to just get all this pod stuff set up, and it's kind of boring. I can never remember if it's Firebase or Firebase Core. It's Firebase. Firebase App.config. Configure, right? Okay. And we're gonna just do the XS. Oh, don't bring that up. That's gonna get me sentimental. I got a gentle mental. Okay, so I loved Google, but I changed my nickname in YouTube and it changed in Google Photos. It confused me. I changed my name in YouTube because it needs be anonymous or anonymized, where Google Photos I need my real name. Google doesn't allow me to separate names, and my relatives learned my YouTube learned my YouTube account, etc. I don't think that's like, but like, why is that a bad thing though? You're just trying to be like super sneaky sneaks, trying to be the sneaky sneaks. Um, yeah. So the thing with Google is that all your like everything just is all connected, right? So my name is Kilo Loco on everything, which I'm fine with, because Kyle Lee is just too damn common of a name, and when you see Kyle Lee doesn't look like me, right? Like you look at a paper and it says Kyle Lee, and then you look up and it's me, and it's like, whoa, who's this? Who's this big brown fellow that I'm looking at right now, right? So that's fine with me, but yeah, that's the problem with Google. So what you can do is you just use a different Gmail account, and Gmail accounts you could have so many different Gmail accounts. Um, The only problem is that this one's separated. So like if you wanted to just have one that's for browsing YouTube or something like that, then you would just sign into that Gmail account and browse YouTube with that Gmail account. Okay. Thanks. Can you please make a FCM notification tutorial on your channel? What's a FCM? What is FCM? Firebase cloud messaging. I have a whole entire course on it. So that's why I'm not going to make one. So you go to kiloloco.com / courses. You go here, and then you could check out either the membership, or you could download the entire course where it's the push notifications. So advanced iOS mastering push notifications. By the way, Kyle, thanks for hiding the chats on your videos now. I once posted something I didn't want my employer to know in chat on one of your videos, and it's there. Oh yeah. I only show it sometimes. I it's not that I'm completely taking chat away from the videos, but while I'm coding, I definitely like to have it here. If you ever want to chat about something, then you could just hit me up in you could DM me, and we could always talk there. But yeah. Can we add last seen or online / offline feature with Firebase? Uh, Last seen? Yeah, that's actually just another data point that you would send up there. It's not anything too crazy, but I don't think I could fit it into this one because that's not the focus. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Firestore. I need to go to the docs real quick. And we're also gonna need to get storage, and I haven't done this in a while, so it's probably gonna take a while. No. What is this? Didn't I hit Firestore? Probably not. Get started. The hell? Okay, I think we already got core in there, do we not? And let's just go get Firestore too while we're at it. Storage. All right. Let's do a pod install real quick. Oh, but also, Bernard, you said that you posted something that you didn't want your employer to see. I say stuff on here all the time that I wouldn't want my employer to see. You have to realize that your employer doesn't care about the stuff that you're watching or doing. They're more likely than not, they're not watching whatever you're watching. More likely than not, unless they're Kilo Loco fans, in which case they are watching. But even then, it's like very low. It's a very low chance that they'll actually be watching the same video where you said that thing, and it's like they see it, and I'm just letting you know. So for that, we have to continually need to update the last seen time or online. Isn't that a bit costly? No. So what you would do is it just depends on how much you really want to go into it, but you could just set it up so that every time your app enters the background, or as soon as the app enters the foreground, or however you want to do it, you would just send up a data point just updating the date every time the app opens, and that's it. And then you could be like last seen, whenever the last time that user opened the app. It's not very costly. You wouldn't do it every second. Your course is a little bit costly for Indian students. That's why I created the membership, so that it's a little bit more affordable. But yeah, if that's pretty much as low. That's why I'm actually looking into doing free courses. But that's as low as you're really gonna find a course anywhere. $8. Okay. So let's start getting into this. There's going to be a couple of screens that we need. And I'm going to do all this before we get into the whole entire thing about whatchamacallit. Oh crap. Did it freeze? Command Shift L. Okay, hold on. I have to figure out how to do that. Command Shift L. There we go. All right. Let's see. So we need a table view controller, right? Hello, Kilo. How are you doing, man? What's up, Clean Swift? I'm doing pretty well. How about you? Let's do this. Okay, so we're going to embed this into navigation because you like to make it look sexy, right? That's right. We're going to make it black because it's also sexy. We're going to make the background black. But first we're going to just say, let's see. What do we want to do this? We want to say this is, what would you call it? Like food types? My brain isn't working that well, so naming conventions wise, probably not going to be the best. Probably not going to be the best. What the hell? Come on. What's going on? Table view. I think that's going to work. All right, so let's go ahead and run this on the XS. Let me make sure that this is, well, it's not going to work because I didn't set the initial view controller. Let's stop that. Run it again. All right. I am also studying the Raiseware data structure book, which you suggested. Your video on Big O. Do get time to make more of data structure videos. Yeah. So the data structure stuff is a bit harder for me to do. I'm reading through that book too. Where is my book? I'm reading through it too. I can't see what I'm showing you guys. All right. So this is the one that Rohit is talking about. And Yeah, I'm reading through that one too, and it's just a little bit hard because I'm trying to think of real world examples because it's cool to learn that stuff, but the problem is like understanding a practical use case of when you would actually use something like a stack or a queue, and why would I choose this over an array, and so I'm gonna it's gonna be a while before I start getting back into the data structures stuff. The content's gonna come, and I think it's actually gonna come out in a form of a course. Um, but I do I I do want to get into it. It's just like I have to figure out like how to convey this in a way that makes sense to a normal user, and why they would use it and why they wouldn't use it, because just just because a lot of this stuff is going to be, if you think about it, it's just like you're just gaining knowledge just to be having knowledge, because you're almost never going to use this stuff in a normal iOS app. It's very specialized situations when you would want to use data structures and algorithms, you know. So I just have to look, I have to do more research, and right now with this 100 days of hustle, I just don't have the time to really dive deep into data structures, and I want to make sure that when I put the content out, it's gonna be it's gonna be better than just saying, oh, this is this and this is that. Um, you know what I mean? Um, yeah. Why is it not black? What am I doing wrong? Something doesn't feel right. Yeah, this isn't right. Um, and this should be the flip side. There we go. And all right. How long will you be live for? Need to go do some repairs. It's 8 a.m. in South Africa. Want to know if I'll catch you live when I get back? Most likely, yes. Most likely, yes, I will be. What the hell is going on? I can't even get this to work? That doesn't seem right. Oh, that's why. I changed the freaking other color. There we go. That should do it. I changed the separator color, not the actual background color. And that still doesn't do it. That's freaking crazy. What is this? Oh, section index. Dang, guys, it's been way too long since either I'm tired, which I am, or it's just been too long since I've been on a storyboard in iOS. What architecture pattern do you usually prefer? Did you hear something about sexy clean Swift? Oh God. If you wanna figure out what architecture pattern I use, just go watch my last video. Or one of my last videos. Is just use MVC, guys. You don't need anything else. It's like, this is getting ridiculous. You guys are making up patterns left and right. It's like you guys just want to be known for something, or just overly complicate code for no good reason. It's ridiculous. All right, so we can finally get into this. All right, so now let's get a table view controller. Got a table view. Actually, this is going to be food types view controller. let's take out all this garbage real quick. Oops. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, what is it? A number of rows. Return. And we need something up here. So we can just say var food types is an array of any for right now until we create a food type group. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Where the hell are my parentheses? Oh, that's weird. Just looks a little bit different to me. All right, so then we return food types dot count. All right, I need music back. Play album. Confession. No. Play album. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. There we go. So for row. At, and then we'll say let cell is equal to dq table view dot. Still getting used to this keyboard. And we're gonna just say food type cell. And we'll pass in the index path, and we'll also return. Jesus. All right. So we got that. Let's go ahead and wire this up. All right. So we're just gonna make sure that it's of the right type, which for whatever reason it's not coming up. That's fine. Let's go ahead and create a food type cell. Food type cell. And there we go. And let's save that bad boy. Cool. See you later then. Code passionately. I guess Bernard is outie. Later, Bernard. One follow-up. The initial VC we set using storyboard, can we change later the initial VC using code? Like first time the tutorial screen will be the initial VC, but later login screen will be the VC. Yeah, so you would just have to set up you would just have to do logic in your app delegate, or your app delegate would have to call some type of navigator class or a coordinator class or something like that, and then you would have to direct the user to whatever screen that you want it based off of logic. This you can kind of see an example of this in a video that I did, where let's see, it's deep linking. Look up deep linking Swift and I'll probably pop up, and watch that video, and that's kind of how you would navigate a user. I'm doing it through something a little bit different, but the concept is still the same. All right, so what are we gonna have in here? We're gonna have an IB outlet, a weak var, and we're going to have a food type image view, UI image view, and we're also going to have what else are we gonna have? A label. Food type label. UI label. And then let's go ahead and create a food type object. Damn, now that I think about it, this is going to be actually a very long tutorial. Struct food type, and what do we want to have in the food type? We want to have a let image path, a string, and then let title also be of type string. This is going to be decodable. Yeah, see, this is why I need to learn. All right, so there we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to populate with a food type object. So func populate with food type. And then we'll say food type. All right, so we got that. Can you make a video about test flight? Sure. I was actually considering doing that. That's one of the things that's on my list. I'm gonna show how to do a video on test flight, or I'm gonna look into how to do it on test flight, because it's like very rare that I have to start doing something on test flight. And then I'm also going to show you how to release apps using another software where you don't need to go through test flight. But yeah, the answer is yes. I will definitely do that for you. Let food type cell equals cell as a food type cell, and then we'll say we'll also say that this is an array of food types. Food, and then we'll say let food type is equal to food types index path dot row, and then we'll say food type cell food type cell dot populate with food type. All right, so we got that in there. Now let's go ahead and go back over to our storyboard. Let's adjust this to take in images, and what we'll do is we'll do an image view. Oh. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to just make this kind of we're going to make this like yeah, there we go. The reason why I want it to be like this is because I think it's really cool when it's like zoomed and cropped into that image. So yeah, and we'll just go ahead and we're going to keep this aspect ratio. And we'll put 0 to everything. Let me think. Oh, you know why? Because it doesn't like that aspect ratio thing. We'll turn off the aspect ratio, and then we'll set it ourselves later. And then we'll have a label. Actually, let's go ahead and do a UI view. And we'll do something like this. Or actually, you know what? Let's do the visual effects view. Visual effects view with blur. And that'll make it look a little bit cooler. So let's go ahead and add this in here with zeros all around. And then a height of like, we'll just round it up to 60. Seems to be all right. And then we'll throw in a label inside of there, because then we could put the label in white. All right, like that. And then let's go ahead and raise this font size and also change it to white. I'm thinking 28 looks good. And let's actually increase the sides to 16. Leading will be 16. And trailing will also be 16. Like that. All right, so then now what we got to do is we got to grab our cell. We got to make it conform to the other thing that we made, the food type cell. Right, and let's go ahead and... I'm spending way too much time on this, actually. But it's okay. It's going to look all right. Lost in my mind. Oh, no. And we want it to be dark. All right. Which one do you prefer in image/icons for assets, PNG or PDF? If I only use vector PDFs, will there going to be any problem? I've actually never even heard of anybody using PDFs in there. PNGs, you're supposed to be doing it in PNGs, I think. Yeah, just be careful. I would definitely recommend PNGs. That's what the system was built for. All right, so let's go over here to the height, and we're gonna just set it to 18 by, what is it? 15 by 8. So we'll say table view dot cell height. Let me see, dot row height, right? And that's going to be equal to view dot, it's going to be equal to table view dot bounds dot width times 8 over 15. So that's going to give us the aspect ratio of 15 by 8, I believe, if I did that right, which is what the cell, I think that's what it comes out to in the beginning anyway. All right, so we got the row height, right? And let's just make sure that this is gonna show properly, aspect fill. And then we also need an add button up here. And then this is a bar item button. A bar button item. There we go. And then we would just want to change this over to just plain. And we want to change this to the add, and we're going to change the tint to white like that. Keep it simple. And that's just going to open up this different screen over here. So we're going to have a view controller. Let me think. Um, um, yeah. I'm gonna have, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna just keep it basic. Let's see, flip side, and then what we'll do, this is going to open this over here, show, we're gonna add that there. And then we also need to change the tint for the nav bar, make sure that it's white, like that. All right, so what we'll do is how do I change this title again? New, or this is gonna be the yeah, let's just do new food item. And then what we'll do is we'll just create a couple of images, or a couple of buttons actually. And we're gonna use these buttons as image views. So we'll just set the image for them after we you know, whatever. So what we'll do is we'll change the background color to like a dark gray. Like that. Tint color will be white. All right, so when you open this, it's gonna have this and then two, like one other image, like this and two other images, I think. So we'll just do this. All right, so let's go ahead and drop these in a stack view. Let's make sure that they have an aspect ratio, and then let's set, oh, we don't really need an aspect ratio. We could just say we want them to be, I don't know, 50 by 50. So 50 by 50. Maybe a little bit bigger than that, maybe 100 by 100. So 100 by 100, right? And then we'll also do the same thing for this one, but now we know that we want it to be 100. And we'll just set this to whatever it is. We're gonna probably round it. Looks like 200 by 200. And then we'll just put this in a stack view as well. Why not? And then we're going to change the distribution, or the alignment, I mean, to center. And then we'll just say the spacing should be something like 150. No, less than that. Let's do, spacing should be around, what, 75? Looks better. And then we'll just center this inside of that view. And, you know, let me think about this. Should I create another one? Yeah, that's fine. We'll just create another view. So this will be the create view. And then what I'll do is I'll also have another one that will be the actual display view, so that we can display it in a table view, because I think that's going to be more helpful. More helpful to my students, because yeah, I just think it will be. Okay, so let's not zoom all the way out of the world. So we just want to drag, and we're going to say we're going to end up showing this one. And the title for this one will be food details. We'll probably end up changing it to whatever the title is for the thing, but that's fine. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna create square images. So let's go ahead. Well, first let's change this table view. So background to black. Let's change the cell's background color to the flip side, whatever. And then let's also throw in an image view. That's just gonna be like that, and we'll do it 8 from all the sides. So like that. All right. So this is looking pretty decent for a basic app. Hi, can you make a CA layer view and auto layout? A CA layer view and auto layout. So I think it's important that you understand that every view has layers. So you would just set so let's say that I wanted to have a view that was, and I'm going to be working with the layers, right? What I would do is I just set it up however you're going to do it. You'd use just a regular UI view instead of maybe an image view. You'd just use a UI view. You'd set up all the constraints however you want it, just like this. And then it's in code that you would be managing and modifying the CA layer. I'm not going to go into that during this live stream, but I may consider covering it in the future. Let's say you have food item details, how you add that into text view, which can have 1 line text or 100 line details. How you can constrain that small when less text and large when more text. That takes some calculations, but that reminds me that I need to actually have a label in here. Yeah, that takes a little bit more calculating. You have to. The way that I would do it, and I don't know if this is exactly the best way, but the way that I would do it is I would have like some type of function that calculates the size of the text, and then there's actually a couple of different ways, but I would take essentially what I would do is in code I would create a temporary text view. I would constrain it to the same margins as the I think you would set it to no scroll enabled or something like that. And then, or you could just get the content size. I think you might be able to get the content. I have to look into it. I don't remember how to do it off the top of my head, but there are just, you have to do calculations. There's no easy way to do it, I don't think. Let me see, text field. So let me see right here. Let's just all right, and then what we want to do is we want to set it to 0 on both sides, give it a little bit of height, maybe like 35 or something like that. And then what we'll do for the color is we're going to just set this to flip side, and the text will be is that the text color? Yeah, that's the text color. We want the text color to actually be white, and we want the background color to be the flip side color. And then we'll just say enter a title. Yeah, that kind of sucks about the placeholder that it's not smart. I don't know if there's an easy way to set the content type or something like that. Not the content type, but the content styling. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh well. And one problem with this is that in this would actually, you know what, this would actually be better at the top, because we're going to be dealing with it being hidden by the keyboard, and I'm not trying to deal with that right now. So there we go. These might get hidden by the keyboard, but we'll just make it so that the return key dismisses it. And we actually want the background to be this dark gray, I think. There we go. There we go. So that's gonna cover everything that we need to create the item. And then what we'll do is we'll also add a save button. So let's go ahead and add that in there. And we'll just call this save. And we'll make this white. And then, you know, my favorite color is going to be that perps. And we're going to just add a little bit of styling to this. Width, we'll just put it to, I don't know, 70. And the height is going to be 40. Like that. Like dark theme, light theme, some custom themes. Okay, hold on. Oh, is there a way to change theme of all VCs of storyboard at one place rather than going to each view controller and changing that? That's also another video that I'm going to cover. There's a couple of different ways. If you just YouTube dark theme, most people will try to talk about it, but I haven't really seen anybody do it in a very efficient manner. So I'm actually going to be covering how to do it super efficiently. This might be a bad approach to be centering it, but it should work. It's fine. Let's see what it looks like on an XS. We'll just change the spacing. I'm not even going to check it. 50. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. And actually, I won't even be able to get to this screen. Oh, yeah, well, it's this screen that I wouldn't be able to get to. Yeah, so we just want to check it, make sure that everything's kind of showing up the way that we expect it to. So we have the correct row heights, it looks like. And then when we hit plus, we're going over here. That does look kind of bad, so it's going to bother me. I'm just going to change that. What I'll do is I'll remove the Y. And we're going to just set this to top and bottom, right? Let's see. I think this will work. Let's see what happens. I think this will work. Yeah, perfect. No, not perfect actually, because it pulled it. Let's see. What I'll do is I'll just remove the bottom constraint. I shouldn't even be caring about what it looks like, but it is going to bother me. All right, let's check this one last time. Looks good. All right, so now we have everything that we need. What we can do is we can create a view controller for this one. We need to create a cell for this one and a view controller for that one. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. New file. I said that we needed to create a view controller, so let's go ahead, Cocoa Touch class. And we'll say table. This is just going to be a regular view controller, right? And this will be our new food type view controller. And we just want to make sure that we could get it all in here. So let's go back over to the storyboards, and this one will actually be a little bit faster to do if I do it drag and drop style. So all right, and this is going to be, hold on, this doesn't feel right. Action? That doesn't feel right. What's going on? What is this? This is a text field, right? Why are you acting all weird? Since when does it only do actions? That's why I don't like drag and drop. All right, well then let's go ahead and do this in code. IB outlet. I don't even know if I'm gonna need it. I probably am. Weak var title label UI label. Nope, didn't do that. And then at IB outlet var, and then we have the main image view, and this is going to be a UI image view. Wrong reference, need to add the name of the class in inspector. Oh yeah, that's right, that's where I messed up. Yeah, been doing a lot of programmatic stuff at work, so it's been a while since I've been hanging out in the whatchamacallit, in storyboards. So main, and then we have first image, and that's actually not even an image view, that's a first main image button. UI button, first image button, and then that's going to also be a button at IB outlet. Second image button, and that's going to be a UI button. And then what else do we have on that screen? The save button. I don't think we need the save button, reference to the save button, so we'll just do at IB action. We need to have a primary, let's see, at the top we have the title, so we need to have the dismiss, func dismiss keyboard. And what we're going to do is just say text field, or that's not a label, that's, damn dude, I'm so tired. I must be tired because I'm like way off. UI text field. Text, so title text field dot end editing true. All right, and then what else do we have? So we have the main button, so let me think, how do I want to do this? We can func, what do we want to do? We want to func, we want to get photo. And then Yeah, we want to get photo. And then what we'll do is we'll do a UI, damn, it's been UI image picker, let picker controller be, whoa, UI picker controller like that. And then we'll say picker controller dot, it's been a while since I did this. Actually, let's do this. Controller let picker UI image picker controller picker dot source type is equal to dot what gallery. I think it's photo gallery. Forgot what it was. Source type. Let's see, what do they have? Photo library, that's what it was. Crap, that means I'm gonna have to ask for permission. I think that's all we really need. Return picker. Oh, actually, no. We need to have the delegate. So we'll do the delegate right here. What is this called? New food type view controller UI image picker controller image picker delegate, right? And then you don't have any mandatory, of course you don't. So we have image picker controller, that's what we need to type in. So we have the cancel, image picker controller did cancel, and we'll say dismiss picker.dismiss. True. And then we also have image picker like this. Oh man, I don't remember all this exactly. Guard let image equals info. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Dot something. Edited photo. Something like that. Or as an image, as UI image, else return. Let's find out what these keys are. Of course. Photo library, type high. Come on, dude. What's going on, Vishnu? Came back for some more? Damn. Well, first of all, we need to do picker.dismiss, picker.dismiss, true. Whoa. So how did I do that? True. How do I do this on this keyboard? Dang. I don't know if I could do delete on this. That might be a big problem. Okay, so that's true. I should be able to actually do this. Dot. Wow, I was so close to. Edited image, not photo. Come on, dude, you know what I mean. All right. And then we'll have let's see, a current, or we'll have var current button, type UI button. And then we'll say sender, and we'll just call this set photo. Set photo, and this will actually be an IB action at IB action, and this will be a UI button, and we'll say current button current button is equal to sender. And then also what we want to do is we want to present the picker controller animated true. And then we get rid of all of this. And then what we'll do is we'll have this, and let's say current button dot set image, and we'll say image dot normal. Right? So that should work. And then let's go back over to the view controller. Let's wire all this up. And this is going to be the new food view controller. And then we should be able to set everything. So first image button is this one. Main image button is this one. Second image button is this one. I actually don't, yeah. Title text field is this. And then we have save photo, or set photo. So we need to set that. So touch up inside. Set photo for this one, touch up inside. And set photo for this one, touch up inside. And then what we want to do is we also need to have a save action. So let's go ahead and add that in there. At IB action func save new save food type. And then this would be like that. So let's go ahead and add that in there. Save food type is going to be set to that button, touch up inside. And then what we want to do is we want to do dismiss keyboard right here to primary action. All right. So let's go ahead and see how much of this works. Why not use original image key? You're absolutely right. It was just I usually use the edited one, but let's do that original because we're not even setting it to say that it does allow that. So you're right. Yeah. So let's go ahead and try this out. So let's show the keyboard test, and then we do return. It goes away. That's good. We tap on this. We're gonna actually get a crash because actually no. Well, that's good. We didn't get a crash. So now we could do this. Didn't seem to work. What did I do down here? Query canceled. Hold on, let me make sure that this is working. Let's see. Let's see what happens. All right, so I touch on this. I select a photo. User settings. I'm not sure if it's failing because we didn't ask permission. So let's just go ahead and add in that permissions key. Really? Come on. Don't be like that. You're being weird, Xcode. Oh my god. For real right now? Oh my god. So annoying. Xcode privacy photo library. There we go. Need dem photos. All right, let's see what's happening. Yeah, I think it might be the permissions that are preventing it. It'd be weird if it did, but yeah, see, I don't know what the hell. Oh, we didn't ever set the delegate, that's why. Delegate is equal to. Actually, I don't like to do that here. Picker dot controller dot delegate is equal to self, and now we should get it to work. That's what it was. Not really sure what the hell you're saying right now. What are you saying? Oh, that's right. This is so stupid. UI navigation controller delegate nav control delegate. So stupid. I don't get that. I really don't. There we go. This should work now. That did not work, and I have no idea why. So let me see. Set background image, I think, is what I want. So we're gonna set that to image dot normal. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and add. I do this, do that, do this one. Got it. All right, so then when we do this for each of them, let's do this pretty one. Cool. All right, so then now what we need to do is we need to save all this stuff to whatchamacallit, right? But let's make sure that we have the rest of the code in there for the view controllers. So what we'll do is we'll create another view controller, and this one's just going to be for, this is going to be just to show it. So this will be a table view controller. And then this will also be what do I want to call this? This is going to be food type details. Food type details view controller. And then we just got to do pretty much the same thing that we did. And actually a food type should also have a couple of image paths. So we'll have a main image path. We'll have let first image, so we'll have main image paths, and then we'll say let other image paths be an array of string. Yeah, that's what I would want. Okay, so then what we need to do is we just need to make sure that we have something to receive the actual the food type, right? So we would have a var food type, and we're gonna force unwrap that, and we're just gonna make sure that it's there, or else you need to crash. And then what we'll also do is we'll do a computed property called all images, which is just going to be an array of all image paths. And this will just be an array of strings as well. And we're just going to return yeah, we're going to just return the main image path plus the other image paths, like that. And then what we can do is we can just say var food images is just going to be image paths is going to be an array of string, which is simply going to return the food type dot all image paths, like that. So now we could do number of rows in section. We could return food image paths dot count, and then we can also do cell for row. We'll say let cell is equal to table view dot DQ reusable cell, and we're just gonna say image cell, because it doesn't really matter. Index path, like that. We're gonna return the cell, and then over here is where we're gonna do the other stuff to it. So let's go ahead and create a new file, which is going to be our image paths, or our image cell. So table view cell, and then we're just going to call this an image cell, like that. And what we'll do is we'll just have your regular image path. So because you can't call it image path, we'll call it @ib outlet week var, and this is going to be a food image view, UI image view, and then we'll have a func. We'll have a func called populate with populate with what? With image path. No, I think we're gonna populate this with an image. Right, image. We'll see how we get. We'll see what happens when we get there. So we'll just say food image view dot image is equal to image, like that. And we're not gonna make it super efficient or any of that because it's gonna be such a small app. It just need to get the concept across. So let's go ahead and start filling this in. So this is gonna be the food details, food type details. Let's see. Play album My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And then we want this to be an image cell. Food image view. Right. And then what else do we need to do? Food type details, view controller. I think that's working. The only other thing that I can really think about is having some type of image cache. Let me think. How do we get an image back? Do I want to do the image cache? It seems kind of excessive. We'll do image path actually, and we'll just change this to a string. And we'll say UI image. And we're going to create the image from, is it from data? How do we do this? Oh, I think we have to do it like this. So let URL is equal to, no, how do we get them in? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so URL is equal to URL string um, image path, right? Force and wrap that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this, catch, and then we'll just print the error for right now because that's not the purpose. This needs to go up. Image, let data equals data from a URL, and then this actually goes down here. Wrap it or put a try on that, and then we can create an image from data like that. So that might work. Then what we need to do is say let image cell is equal to cell as a image cell. Then we need to do image cell dot, or we need to say let image path is equal to UI, or is equal to food image paths, food image paths, index path dot row, so we can get the correct one, and then we just say image cell dot populate with image path. And I think I need to change the wording to image path if it's not. I already did. Okay, so that should work. What we need to do in the storyboards, which I'm realizing, is that we need to make sure that we're giving the cells the reuse identifiers, or else they're just going to blow up on us and we're going to have all kinds of carnage. So this one's called a food type cell. Food type cell. And then we also need to name this one image cell. Like that. All right. Yeah. So we won't actually be able to test that piece out, but whatever. All right. So now what we need to do is we need to create a Firebase service, and I'm just going to wrap it all up in one service, I think. Firebase service. I'm not sure if I'm going to wrap it into, separate it into a database. And actually, you know what? Let's think. We can have a Firestore service and a storage service. Yeah, let's just do that. It's better practice and takes away some confusion because this is meant for the students. So we'll just do a Firestore service. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a class called Firestore service. Firestore service, and then I'm gonna make this into a singleton, so private init static let shared is equal to Firestore service, and then we'll do whatever. So we're gonna copy this and we're gonna create the same thing for the Firebase storage. And we'll have a storage service, right? And we're just going to paste this in here and change this to storage service. And we'll just change this to storage. And we're going to get rid of that. So that is good. And now what we need to do is we need to jump back over to the docs because I don't have this stuff memorized. So what do we need to do for the database? We need to be able to create and read. So let's do that. Let's do that first. Storage. Get started. Yeah, get started should be good enough. If someone has to use app offline, can we sync Firebase database with core data? Yes, absolutely. You just have to write all that code yourself. You pull in the God dang it. Why is it really gonna do this? All you have to do is can't even speak right now. All you have to do is database. All you have to do is pull down the data, get the JSON back, and then save it into core data objects. I'm going to create a course on that too. Don't worry. Firebase App Configure. Firebase App Configure. Yeah, I think we already did that, right? Yeah, Firebase app. Okay, so now all we're doing is creating a reference to Firestore. So what we'll do is we'll do this in here, and we'll say private database is equal to and we need to import Firebase Storage, Firebase import Firestore like that, right? Let's see. And then we also need to create a reference. So private let food types reference is equal to let's just do, this is going to be a lazy var database dot let's see, database collection, database collection dot collection, and then we're gonna call this there's something that I'm doing that isn't exactly correct. So what we want to do, collection, and this one's going to be called food types. Food types. And I need to make sure that I set this up, because if I don't, it's going to crash. Let's see. And then we just do add. So what we'll do is we'll create a function where we can we'll save a func save, and we're going to save something, right? And we're going to save a food type of type food type. And what we need to do is we need to do add document. So we'll say food types reference. That's not what I wanted. Types reference dot add document with the completion handler, right? Yeah, add document with a completion handler. And then what we can do, let me see. Yeah, what we can do is we can split this up, and then we'll put this on another line. And we'll say, okay, so what we want to do is we want to save the things that are in food type, which is main image path. I don't even think we're going to need decodable for this specific example because I'm not going to go into that. Which is going to be food type dot main image path. Actually, let's think. Do I want to create an object and then send it up? Ah, fuck it. We'll just do it. Title, food type dot title, and then I forgot how to save. I forgot how to do that. How to save. Yeah, I think we just do enumerated. So we would just do other image paths, and we'll say food type dot other image paths dot enumerated. I'm pretty sure that's what we needed to do. Something like that. And then the completion handler will be error if let unwrapped error is equal to error, then we're just going to print out that error print unwrapped error. Else, and then we'll add a completion. And actually what we can do is we can just pass that in through the completion, and we'll say completion at escaping, and we'll pass in a result. And then let's see, we'll pass in a bool, and we'll pass in an NS error like that. And this needs to be wrapped in to make it a closure like that. And then we'll just say if let unwrapped wrapped error unwrapped error is equal to error, then we can just say completion dot failure unwrapped error. As NS error. I think that might be allowed. We'll find out. Else we'll just say completion dot success, and we'll just say true. Wonder if you can do underscore. That'd be super interesting if I could. Huh. guess you would. All right, and then this needs to be optional, which is fine. Let's see if that's gonna run, compile properly. Let's see if someone has to. Oh, you already said that. Is AWS Lambda is equally good as Firebase? What alternatives are there? So let's talk about AWS. AWS is probably the best service that you can ever use, because AWS is just awesome. AWS just has a million freaking everything, and it's just awesome. The problem that I have with come on, dude, what are you doing? All right, I guess not. The problem I have with AWS is that there's no documentation, so it's extremely hard to do anything in iOS with AWS. That's my problem. Not optional. There we go. But yeah, if you know how to use AWS and you know how to use an iOS, then it's probably a superior platform, to be honest. But it's just a pain in the butt. Love the name Unwrapped Error. Yeah, I think it's a little bit clearer to people when they read my code. Catching up on 2x. Nice. I went through a lot of nothingness, so you didn't miss much. Okay, so okay, so that's going to be save, and then what we'll do is we'll also create a func listen. Yeah, we'll do listen. This is the add. Get documents. This isn't what I want. Secure your data. Reading data is what I want. Get once, listen for real-time updates. Yeah, this is what I think I want. City document, add snapshot listener. There we go. Collection dot document. Let's see. I think it's just the collection I want to listen to. Listen. And then what we want, we'll get there anyways. So food types reference dot we have that, and then add snapshot listener. Snapshot listener with the completion block. Nope. Add snapshot listener. This one, snap error. And what did you want me to do? Okay, you're saying guardlet snapshot. Document snapshot. Okay, get the data. Yeah, so we want to, yeah, we would get a snapshot. So guardlet unwrapped snapshot, and we'll just call this snapshot. Unwrapped snapshot is equal to snapshot else return. And then what we can do from here is, since we have an unwrapped snapshot, this snapshot should have documents in it. So let documents equals unwrapped snapshot dot documents. And then we'll do, I'll just do in a for each loop for document in documents. I would usually do a whole lot of other stuff other than this, but whatever. Document and then we'll say guard let document data is equal to document dot data. Is this even optional? Else return. I don't think this is optional, is it? Yeah. I thought that was going to be kind of weird. All right, so then we just do document data. So document data is equal to document dot data, and that's just going to make it look a little bit cleaner when we're parsing it. And I need to make sure that I give it that let keyword. And what we'll do is we're going to say let, hold on, because we need to get food type objects. So var food types, and this is going to be equal to an empty array of food type, right? Dang it, my headphones are running out of battery. So let food type equals, we're going to create a new food type object, right? So then what we're going to need is we're going to need the main image string. So let main image path equals document data, and then we're going to pass in main image path like this, or else it's going to be so as a string. Crap. Like that. Let title equals, once again, document data, title as string, and then what we need to do is, because this is going to be a little bit different, we're going to say let other, let's see, other image paths equals, crap, headphones died, dang it, document data, other image paths, and this is going to be as image paths dict as, and this is going to be int and a string. And you know what? We're just going to wrap this in guard, because why not? It's getting too long at the end. Okay, so let's throw some commas down there as that. And then we'll also say let other image paths is equal to other image paths dict dot values. I don't know, dot map, or yeah, map, and we're just gonna map this to $0 dot value. Yeah, dot value dot key. You can do key, right? Dot value. I think that should work. Hold on, because that's not going to be optional. Say else return. Like that. And then we'll say let other image paths equal other image path, or oh crap, this. Yeah, value, that's what I thought. All right, and then we just pass all this in. Main image path, title, other image paths, like that. And then what we'll do is we will append food types dot append the new food type, like that. And then completion at escaping, and we'll pass in array of food type, like that. And then we'll also say food types. Oh, we'll say completion food types. Completion food types, like that. So I think that'll work. Let's see what happens. Let's see what else. Option guard. Oh, that reminds me, I did this wrong. This is supposed to be continue. Okay, and this is also continue. No, this is actually going to be return. The other one's return. Continue. My bad. Okay. Okay, so let me answer your question. What other options we have with guard except return, continue? Like we can redirect some kind of method. So the only other option that you really have is break or throw, I believe. I think those are the only other options that you really have. Break, you would do guard some condition, and then you would say else break, and that's if you're in like a switch statement or in a loop. And then, or I think you could do break in a loop. Can you? I think break does work in loops. And then throw, you can do guard some statement and then else throw, but you can only do that in a throwing function, right? So that's one. So, but we want continue. So, okay, so let's just run this real quick. We're not even implementing this anywhere, but we want to make sure that it's working, or that the code can compile, and it can. So that's perfectly fine. So let's go back over to our food types details controller, and let's start listening to the Firestore is equal to Firestore service shared. Let's start listening to the changes. So Firestore dot listen, and then we'll just do this, and we'll say food types And we're going to say self.food types. Hold on. Oh, this is the details. I was like, wait, that's not right. Food types. I thought I wanted here. Guess not. Yeah, we're also going to cut this out. So firestore.listen, and we can say food types is equal to food types. And we're actually going to give this a weak reference. Weak self. And we'll just say this, and then self.reload, self.tableview.reload data. Reload data. Now, when we do perform our segue, so prepare for segue, and we'll say if let segue, or if let, what is it called? Food. Where are we trying to go to? Well, first we can go to the new food type. So new food type VC is equal to segue.destination as new food type view controller. Right, so we're going to have that. And then we also need to have else if let what is it? Food type details view controller. I just realized that I'm not going to actually be able to use real food for this example unless I put it on my phone, but that's fine, whatever. Segue.destination as food type details view controller. So over here, we want to do new food type view controller, and what we want is to have a reference to the Firestore object. So Firestore service, and we're gonna just force and wrap that, and we'll say new food type dot Firestore is equal to Firestore, like so. And then new food type, and then Firestore like that. And then the details, we need to make sure that we're passing over the selected one. So what we'll also do for this if statement is say let food type equals sender as food type. And we'll say food type details view controller. Did I spell that all the way out? I better not have. Okay. Food type details VC dot food type is equal to food type, like that. So now we're passing the data correctly. All right, so we're listening. So now what we need to do is we actually need to add. So let's go over to our new. Let's make sure that we're creating it. So we're going to save this data. So let's think. And we're also going to need Firebase Storage. I might have messed up on some of this actually now that I think about it, because I didn't include how we're going to read data from the storage. It's okay. So let's jump over to storage. Let's see how that works. It's been a long time since I started using storage. Okay, so let's jump over to our storage service. And we're gonna obviously import Firebase Storage like that. We're gonna create a reference. So let images reference, and this is actually going to be a private lazy var, and then we're going to say private let storage is equal to storage dot storage, like that. And we're going to say storage dot, let's see, how do they reference, storage. That's different than I think that we used to have to do it. Creating a reference, storage. Oh no. Okay, so child and then images. So we say child. Pretty sure I'm doing it right. Images. Right? Are you sure? Storage reference, that's what it is. Dot reference. Come on, dude, just work. Reference dot child, like that. All right. And then let's see. So we want to do that, and we'll say let's see. Stupid fly in here. I'm gonna kill you, dude. Stupid ass flying ant. All right, so what we want to do is, okay, we're creating the reference. I think that's enough. Dot child, and then we want to upload. So this should have everything that we need. So we have the reference. We need to create a child reference, but we can do that as we're about to upload it. And let's see, upload from data and memory. So what we can do is we're gonna say, we're gonna have a function called upload image. That's gonna be a type UI image. And what we can do is we can create an upload task, put data, and then we have to do the, oh yeah, that's right. That's so disgusting. I can't believe that they make you do that. So we're gonna have a completion of a string, and what we'll do is we're gonna do our let image ref equals images reference dot let me see, is it a child? Hold on, is that right? We'll follow along if that's what you're saying. It's kind of weird. Mountains reference, mountains image reference. Mountains create a reference to. What? Okay, we'll just do the slash images. It's fine, whatever, and we'll figure out what happens in the back end. So we'll just say, and then we'll just say that, and then we're just going to create this with a UDID. That might be too long. We'll just do a timestamp. Yeah, we'll do a timestamp. I think that will probably be better. Date this second dot, and then we want a time interval like that, and then we'll just say dot JPEG, right? So now we have the image reference, and then what we have to do is we have to put data in that image reference. So yeah, we do let upload task, even though we don't really need to do. Yeah, I think I remember that. Observe, yeah, that's only if you want to observe it. So we'll just do image ref dot put data with the completion handler. And what we're going to do is we're going to convert our image into data. So let image equals JPEG. Oh, we need UI kit for this. So UI kit JPEG representation or something like that. JPEG image representation. What is it called? I forgot. Swift image representation PNG. I know there's a PNG one. UI image PNG representation. So UI image image JPEG representation, and then it's gonna be of this image, and then we're gonna just say one like that. So annoying. Oh, it's been changed? What? UI image JPEG data. That's cool. I like that. I like that way better. Image dot JPEG data, and we'll just do half, just so that's better, because we're going to be presenting it in small, pretty small anyways. Image data, like that. Didn't have to do that. There we go. Nil on the metadata. We don't need the meta. Do we need the storage metadata? Let's see. I don't think we need that storage metadata, to be honest. Let's see. Where are you, dude? Come on. We don't need the metadata. Yeah, we don't need that. So we'll just grab the download storage reference. So where does the storage reference come from? You can also access download after upload. Storage reference. Storage reference. Put file. No. Hold on. Rivers reference. Yeah, that's what I thought. Use the same thing. So we don't need this. We don't need that. And what we're going to do is actually, let's do the error. The error would be better to have there. And then if let unwrapped error is equal to error, then we can just print the error. Else we'll go through and we'll download this crap. So what we need to do from here is we need to grab that image reference. What are you complaining about? Okay, guard let else return. There we go. Image reference, right? And then download URL. And then we get back a URL. And this is actually unwrapped error. Download error. And what we're going to do is if let unwrapped download error is equal to download error. Print the unwrapped download error. Else we're going to pass in our completion and we're going to just say URL. Oh, we need to do else if let unwrapped URL is equal to URL. We're going to say unwrapped URL dot I think it's absolute will give us what we want. Completion. Did I not? Completion. Yeah, this needs to be at escaping. And yeah, there we go. So I think that will work. Yeah, this has been deprecated. Yeah, I didn't know that. I did not know that. That's awesome because I never liked the way that looked anyways. The JPEG data, never liked that. So what we're going to do is, let's see, in the new, what we need to do is, and I'm going to put it right here. We'll say let storage is equal to is equal to our storage service dot shared. And when we save, what we'll do is and we'll also be able to upload multiple images. So we'll say func bulk upload, and we'll say images. This is going to be an array of UI image. And this is also going to have a completion. Yeah, this is actually going to be a little bit more complex than I thought. Escaping, and then we want to return an array of UI images like that, and then void. And we have one too many of these in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a bit of recursion, I think. Let's see. How would I do that? So for image in images, we want to do this. We want to upload the image. And we're going to use, let's see. We could use a semaphore since I've been just talking about that semaphore. Semaphore is equal to dispatch semaphore. I think 3 is what I want. Fix that, and then what we can do is we can say var images is equal to an array of UI image, URL path, and this is actually going to be strings. It's an array of strings. We're going to upload the image. Wait, why wouldn't that work? To UI image. What are you talking about, Willis? Passing in an image. Oh, I have this images. This is gonna be image paths like that. So URL path dot, and this is actually going to be images.count. Images.count. We're going to pass in the image URL path. Oh, so image paths dot append URL path. Right? And then what we need to do is we need to say semaphore dot signal, and then semaphore dot wait, and then what we'll do is we'll say completion, and we'll pass in the images, the image paths like that. That might work. let's see, decrement the counting semaphore. If the result value is less than 0, this function will signal occurred a turn before. Got some freaking thing climbing on my wall. Ugh, nasty. I think that's how semaphores work. Yeah, increment the counting semaphore value less than. Yeah, I think that's right. Let me think. Yeah, I think this is right. This might work. I'm not sure. It's been a while. Okay, so we have bulk upload, right? And then what we need to do is we need to go back over to the new food types, and then we'll save food type. So let's go ahead and unwrap that. So guard let, or hold on. Yeah, guard let title is equal to title text field dot text, else return. And we're also going to say let main image is equal to main image button dot background image for state dot normal. Let first image equals first image button dot background state for dot normal, and then let second image equals second image button dot background image dot normal, like that. And then what we need to do is we need to say storage dot upload, bulk upload, and then we'll pass in our images. Let's say main image, first image, second image, URL paths. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a food type object. Food type is equal to food type, and we're going to initialize this with shoot, that could be a problem. Let's think. Because we can't guarantee that these would come back at the same time. And this actually might be wrong. So let's just do a UUID dot UUID string. That'll be a little bit safer. Let's see, how could we do this? Huh. Can you explain dispatch semaphore a bit more? So dispatch semaphore is kind of like doing like a relay race where you're waiting for So let's say you have two runners, right? So let's say I'm runner one and you're runner two, and you can't start running until I gave you the baton, like the baton pass, I think. So I have to run to you and give you that baton before you can start running. What a semaphore is saying, okay, get ready for the race, right? And then it's saying, okay, I want you to wait for me to continue. Like you can't start running until I pass you the baton. So essentially, all this work that's going to be happening in here, where we're doing the four image and images, right? And we're doing the upload task, right? Which is up here. We're essentially doing work, which is kind of like me running to you. So you're waiting until you get the baton before you can continue. So I'm not going to be able to pass you the baton until all this work is done. You're not going to be able to continue until this work is done. So when I pass in the value of images.count, which is going to be 3, I have to go through this loop 3 times, and I have to essentially signal 3 times saying that I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Like essentially I finished all the work essentially. I have to signal the same amount of times that I'm setting the semaphore for, and that's when all of them are ready, and that's when I essentially pass you the baton. So I have to like if like you have to pretend that there's a 3 in here, and when I signal 3 times, when I do the signal 3 times, that's when you're finally able to move forward, and then that's when we do the completion. Dang, Manan Rami coming in with the bucks. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that. But yeah, and that's if I'm remembering the dispatch semaphore correctly. But yeah. You know what? This isn't gonna work perfectly, but it should do the job, I think. So what we'll do is we'll just say URL paths. And then we'll just say 0. And then URL path 0. Is this optional? Let p equals URL paths. So what is p? P is a string. Yeah. This should work. There shouldn't be a problem. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Anyway, then URL paths dot dot suffix from 0. And then let's see. This should work. I don't know why it's complaining. We're gonna upload URL. Oh, URL paths. That's what it was. And then we just need to say an array. Right? So yeah. No. One more. There we go. All right. So then what do we want to have in here? So let's see. we would have, now that we have the food type, we can actually use the Firestore, and we can upload that object Firestore dot save food type and result. And I should, you know what, I'm actually going to go back and change this, because we don't, result seems kind of like overkill, doesn't it? No, actually in this case it actually makes sense. That's fine. Result, and then we'll just say yes, you're right. And when we save it, it's going to return. Actually, we didn't even need to do that completion handler. We could just print the result because we actually don't care. And what we really want to do is we want to say self.navigationcontroller pop view controller true. We just want to go back to the original page. All right, let's see what happens. You're welcome. Thanks, Manan. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. It always makes me feel good. It's like, dang, I must be doing something right if you guys care enough to do something like that for me. Yeah, this is not being created in time. That's why it's becoming a problem. So, let me see. How can we do this? Food types. Yeah, so all we really want to do is just say Firestore. Firestore. Yeah, see, the problem with doing it like this is that it gets kind of weird. Func. We could do func. Configure. And we can say var. And this could be a private set. And we can say shared is equal to Firestore service, like that. Firestore service, like that. Oh, let me see, hold on. Firestore service dot shared. Not sure if that'll even work. Okay, we got an error. And then that should go away. What else did I need to do? Oh, we need to do firestore.configure. Think that'll work. Ever thought of using app code over Xcode? That one is really awesome. I haven't. I would rather use Visual Studio, to be honest. Burgers. And then we would add an image. So there. Are you using app code? Is that why you're asking? Okay. Let me save this. Index out of range. You know what? Let me just do, because I forgot how that works and I'm getting kind of tired. URL paths. What are you complaining about? URL paths. There we go. All right. So a little bit dangerous, but it is what it is. All right. So let's try that again. Cheeseburgers. Right? And then we do this. Start at the top with that one. Then you grab the second one. Then you grab the third one. And we're going to close this. Let's see if it actually works. Let's see. There shouldn't be a problem. You know what's interesting is that it must have already uploaded them if it's getting to this problem. So let's see. Let's go back over to our storage. And you know what? I don't even know if we even created it. That might be the problem. Get started. Got it. I think that might have been the problem. The storage thing was never even created. So let's try this one more time. All right. So let's do this. Burgers. And what we'll do is we're going to do that. And we'll do that. And let's go ahead and clear this. Let's save it. What's going on? So, bulk upload. So Semaphore dot also the permissions. No, permissions are done. Let's see. I think the problem might be it's not actually waiting. Let me make sure that I'm looking at semaphores right. It has been a while. Swift Semaphore example. A quick look. Let's see. If yes, decrements it given threaded green light. Okay, let me see. Semaphore a counter that lets the Semaphore know how many threads can use its resources. If yes, Semaphore decrements signal. So let's see some code. One, wait to release the resource. We write yes. So let's see. We want to wait signal async. Let's see, wait, and then we signal. Let me see. Yes. I think I do have it right. He did kind of overly complex example. Let's see. Semaphore value, and then let's see. Wait, dispatch, async, signal. So example 2, attribute Semaphore 3. That's right. So that's what it was. That was my bad. Wait, hold on. Semaphore dot wait. That's what it was. I think that's what it was. Permissions in Firebase. No, the permissions are fine. Because I said it, the permissions in Firebase, they're set to open, I'm pretty sure. Let's double check. You might be right, but they should be set to open. Allows read, allows write. Yeah, let's also, yeah, you're right. There we go. So let's go over here. Test. Let's see if it works. Okay. Okay, I'm too tired to think through this. I'll just do recursion. Or chain it, var. Let's see. Let's see. See, while so let's say var counter equals 0. Counter is less than images dot count. Let's see. And what we're going to do is we're going to do images and say that shit ain't gonna work. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Oh man, how do I do this? Just tired. I can't think straight. App code usually preferable if you already do Android dev in Android Studio and don't use storyboards in Xcode. Nah, I would definitely switch over to Visual Studio, if anything. Only thing I think is that Visual Studio, I don't think they have the iOS thing, but I haven't even checked. Like iOS autocomplete. If it has that, then I might switch over tomorrow. No. Let's see. We want to upload. This is actually I'm being stupid right now. So I don't know. My brain hurts too much. We're just gonna do it like this. I don't care. Private func. No. What am I even saying? What we can do is we can say counter plus equals 1. Actually, let's just make sure. If counter is equal to images dot count, then we're going to say completion this. I'm too tired to really think of the right way to do this, but this should actually work. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, if that, then that. It has awesome autocomplete and better than Xcode. I can bet on that. Better than Xcode. Xcode's pretty good. A lot of people talk a lot of crap about it, but I think Xcode's pretty good. Xcode. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I think it might have worked. Well, that's loading. I need to make sure that both of these are in here. Where did Firestore? So let's make sure that Firestore and storage are in here. Print Firestore, print storage. Yep, it worked. They got uploaded. That's awesome. So let's go ahead and make sure. So they're both in there. No, actually they're not. Something's not right. Hold on. Let's see. New food type. Is it never coming here? Should be. It's kind of interesting. It is going there. It's going exactly where I thought it would go. How is it? What? Firestore. How can it be nil? That doesn't that's not making sense to me. I'm passing Firestore right here. Firestore. So then if I force unwrap it, then it should crash. Can we use Firebase for video / music streaming? Streaming? Depends on what you mean by streaming. This configure should freaking work. Let's see, where the hell is the shared anyways? Shared is equal to that. This isn't making much sense to me. Yeah, this doesn't make too much sense to me. Let me think. It might be... When you do this, we're going to say self. No. Oh, dude, I'm fucking tired. Whoo, damn. That's what I wanted to do. We'll just do it in the configure. So what I wanted to do was this var. And this is going to be of type Firestore. And we say this, and then we would say database is equal to firestore.firestore, like that. That's what I've been wanting to do. Yeah. This should have always been like this. No. I got confused. There's too many singletons flying all over the place. So let shared is equal to this. So let's see if this works. Okay, give me the errors then. Should be in this file, but if not, then let's figure it out. Okay. That's fine. That's how it was supposed to be in the first place. And you can't force unwrap that. So there we go. We still have 2 errors. They're going to be on the other page because it's also optional, I think. Oh, no, we don't. All right, so we go over here and we're going to go to the next line, and yes, it's there. So let's try that one more time. All right. Yeah, like camera feed, video slash data going to Firebase and other view, that kind of like YouTube. So I don't know what you mean by streaming. Are you saying streaming like live streaming? Or are you saying like, can I play an audio file that's on my Firebase storage thing? If you're saying live streaming, no, Firebase cannot do live streaming. If you're talking about, oh, can I save a file, can I save a video to Firebase and then watch it back later? Yes, it can do that. Okay, so this is different. Let's find out where we made the problem. Unsupported type Swift value found in fields other image paths. So we know that the upload is working. This broke somewhere in the save. Let's see, did the data make it? So database, it did not. So let's just go ahead and you know why? It's because enumerated doesn't like to do enumerated like that. So okay, so hold on, let me just check real quick how to save an array to Firebase, because I forgot. Swift Firebase save array. Thought I did it right, but my array, users, and save to Firebase. Okay, you're just mapping it. Okay, so let me see. He's doing grabbing a reference and then saying, okay, so let other image paths equals food type dot other image paths, right? And all he's doing, what are you doing? Why are you, oh my God, here we go. You're acting up. Okay. Dot map. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn, and this is going to be a dictionary of string and string, right? So what we need to do is we need to say food types reference dot child, like what is it, dot auto ID, what is it, user reference, what are you doing, user child by auto ID, reference dot child. This is ridiculous. Are you not gonna work with me today? Child. Let's see. Let me think, let me think. Let me think, let me think. Add document. This is ridiculous. You know what? Whatever. This is so ridiculous. So UUID UID string, and then I'm gonna pass in the value like that, and that's all. I don't want to hear it complaining right now. How the hell? For each. Dude, God, Jesus. Frustrated. Okay, so let other image paths dict equal, or yeah, equal string. What the hell? How did I end up there? String. Okay, and then food type dot other image paths dot for each. For each. And then what we're going to do is say other image paths dot UUID dot UUID string is equal to that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm absolutely right. UUID dict. Oh my God. Kyle, what is going on with you right now? Paths dict. Like that. And hopefully that'll work. All right, let's go. For Firebase, customize like live stream. That I would recommend Twilio, which is a pretty good service, but it doesn't. You still would have to use something like Firebase or some type of backend to get everything working. Burgers. Alrighty. Let's do this. Let's make it work this time. Can we make it work this time? All right, so that worked, but we are apparently not doing something in this view controller, in the food types view controller. Listen table, let's see, table count. Is this being called right? Okay. Food types dot count. Let's make sure that we have everything working. Did it save to the back end? Am I in the right? Yeah, I'm in there. So, something didn't get saved properly. We uploaded the images. Let's go over here. Let's see. It printed out the result. Add document. Right? Food add document, and then it said success. So why wouldn't it work? That's interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Main image and then other images. Burgers. Okay. So it's in there, so then the read is incorrect. Oh, that's where it's crapping out right there. This was supposed to be now a string. It didn't like me saving stuff as an integer like that. Okay. That's what it was. It was this part right here. Okay, let me see. So I want to make sure that we can view this image. Crap. That means yes, though. So that does mean yes. Pretty sure. So now we just need to make sure that we're able to display that image. All right, so, and let's go over here. Let's see what happens if we tap on it. Nothing. So The reason why it's not showing is because I don't think we actually configured the cell to actually show it. That's why. So let's just do the same thing that we're doing in our image cell. Doing all this. Let's just drop it in there. And what we'll do is we'll say food type dot main image path. And then we'll say food type image view, like that. And that would work. And then the other thing that we need to do is we need to add in did select. Yep, see? Select row at index path. We'll say let food type is equal to food types index path dot row. And then we'll say perform segue, which I just realized that we don't have a segue identifier. Show we'll just call this segue because I think we only have one anyways. I'm too tired to think. Food type. And we'll go over to the main. And then we'll call this one segue. And that might actually be enough to do it. Not sure if you've shared this before or if you want to at all, but how did you get from Kyle Lee to Kilo Loco? I have shared this before. I'll tell you about it right now. Let me just... Okay, this is... Oh, wow. I didn't set the height. That's the problem. Okay. 1 second. Firestore food type details. Okay. And then we got the table view. Dot row height is equal to table view dot bounds dot width. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, look at that. It's not super clean. Might have to add in an image cache actually. Yeah, because it's downloading each time. That sucks. Okay, Bernard. I did go over this in Sean Allen's podcast, but I could go over it again. It's fine. Just tired. You know what? I'm not sure if I wanna include that here. Do I wanna? Yeah, I'll do it because I'm about to tell the story. So, how did Kyle Lee become Kilo Loco? Right. Well, my grandmother, she's Colombian and she has a problem spelling my name. So every year when she gives me, every year or whenever she gives me gifts, like for my birthday or for Christmas, you know, growing up and even now, she never spells my name right. She always spells it like Kile or Kylo or you know, she just spells it like it's close, but it's not exact, right? So, cache string any object. So, what my cousins ended up calling me, or my uncles ended up calling me, was kilowatt, because I'm so full of energy and all this other stuff. NS string. Yeah, because I'm like just full of energy. They would call me Kilowatt. So, since they called me Kilowatt, like growing up, that's what they would call me. So I like kind of always kept the, they would call me Kilo or Kilowatts or whatever. And I just kind of kept that Kilo, right? And then when like Xbox 360 came out, I switched over to Xbox 360 from like GameCube or whatever. I needed a gamer tag, and I liked the Kilo thing, but I wanted to keep I wanted to keep my initials K and L. So I was like, okay, well, Kilo Loco, and like it just rolls off the tongue really well. And then it also kind of expresses my my Mexican heritage. So I also like that. So like I started off with Xbox 360, gamer tag Kilo Loco, and I just kept it all the way through. And then when I decided to create the YouTube channel, I was like, well, I want this channel to be mine. Like it should be mine. Like it should never be able to be taken over by a business. Kilo Loco is me, right? So I was like, I'm just gonna continue it. So I just kept it as Kilo Loco, because Kyle Lee once, like I think I even said that earlier in the stream. Kyle, like when you see somebody that's named Kyle Lee, you're not expecting me, right? I don't look like a Kyle Lee. And then also, it's like if you were to search Google for Kyle Lee, it would be really hard to rank for Kyle Lee. So I decided, Kilo Loco is a lot easier to rank for in search. So when you Google Kilo Loco, I'm most of the search results. So that's kind of how I got to Kyle Lee. But yeah. Save UI image or UI kit. Save image, UI image. Func get image. Get image. Image named. Image name. All right. So what we got to do, sweet, love the name and the brand, if you call it that. Yeah, it's kind of like a brand. I mean, it has to be, completion. Glad you like it. And also it kind of like when you take into account like who I'm compared to, right? Like I'm compared to, well, I'm not as big as a lot of these people, but I'm compared to like Mark Moykins, Sean Allen, Brian Vung from Let's Build That App, Coding with Chris. When I'm compared to these people, they all kind of have like these professional, like they're more professional, they're a lot more professional than me. And I feel like, when you see Kilo Loco, it's like, it's different. It's like not professional, it's very unprofessional in a way. And it's like, that's how I feel like a lot of my videos come across, is like unprofessional. Like we're just kind of hanging out and I'm trying to teach you something at the same time. That's kind of how I want it to be. So that's also a very important part of keeping that name. At least it was important to me in that sense. That's kind of how I thought about it. Where did that thing go? All right, so we're getting the image cache. So what we need to do is we need to do this. So image. let's see, image name, right? So image name, let URL, then do that. This is going to turn into the completion handler, and we just pass back a UI image from data. Completion, and then we'll just return nil, and then we'll say if let hold on, I forgot how to do this. Image cache, NS cache has object for key. That's what it is. If let image is equal to object for key image name, else, and that's not how you spell else, and what we need to do as in a string, and what we'll actually do is we're gonna save, we'll say let image is equal to that image, and what we'll do is we're gonna set value image, and then for key image name, and then what we're gonna do right here is just completion and pass in the image like that. As UI image like so, and then save. Actually, we don't even need to do save. Get image. I think that'll work actually. And let's go back over to the image. Let me see, where are you? The food types. And what we'll do is we'll just create an image cache. Food type details var image cache of type image cache right here, and then we also need to have it in the new not in the new, in this one, because we are actually showing images here. So we'll say let image cache is UI image cache, not UI image cache, just image cache, image cache. And then on both of our cells, we'll add in an image cache property, var image cache type image cache. Sure, optional should be fine, I think. And what we'll do is we'll change this to image cache dot get image named food type dot main image, right? And then we'll say image, and we'll say food type image view dot image is equal to that image, right? And we just do the same thing, and we'll say self, do a weak reference, weak self, and then we need to do the same thing over here. So let's just go ahead and copy this into the image cell. That's where you really need it. Image cache, we need to have the image cache there. So var image cache, type image cache. And then we're going to get image by the image path, like so. And then we're going to say food image view, like so. And I think that'll work. We'll see. If it works on the first page, then it should work. Nope, doesn't seem to be working. Let's see what happened. Let me think. So this one's in the food types. Oh, because we're not setting it, that would obviously cause that problem. So let's go ahead and say food type cell dot image cache is equal to our image cache. Let's also make sure that we're going to pass this through to from here, food types details, and we need to say food type details dot image cache is equal to the image cache, like that. And then we also need to update it over here too. So image cell dot image cache is equal to image cache, and let's run that, and that should work. Didn't like that. Uncaught exception. You know, let's see. I think it might be too long. This is not key value coding compliant. Let's see. So the problem is definitely in the image cache. Let me think. We want to, since we're set value, maybe if we do it as any object, that might be it. We can try that. It also might not be that. It might be, where else would it be? So it's not that. First, let's just say UUID .uuid string. Let's see if it's going to at least save it. Oh no, that's not gonna work. That wasn't what I was trying to do actually. I mean it was, but just not there. Right here. So it should, if the string isn't too ridiculously long, then it should work. Kinda. Okay, so the image name. Okay, so let's just go ahead and let's think this through. Why isn't it coming through? For key. Oh, this is where actually I wanted to do it. That's exactly where I wanted to do it. My theory is that, okay, so when I did that, it worked. Hold on. It's been I'm just so tired. I'll just look this up in my production project. Man, let me see. Image cache. .swift. Saving the key. Key, okay. Image. Set object. Oh, that's the problem. It's supposed to be set object. Set object. And this is supposed to be image name. And we'll do this. So we need to say if let image like that. And this also needs to be in there. And then this needs to be as ns string. Like that. That's what it was. It's not set value, it's set object. So I think it might work now. Yep. And yep. All right. So this is working, except it's not working exactly how I want it. Just wanted these to be zoomed in, so let's just do aspect fill. And that'll make it look a little bit cleaner. And we'll be done. And we will be done. Woo! That was a long time. So now when you select it and you go through it, look at that. Smooth scrolling. Would be smooth scrolling here too. But let's think. Yeah, Smooth scrolling. And is that it? I think that's it. Yeah. And then when we create a new one, pizza. And this time we'll just do this. All right. So I save it. Check it out. Yep. Pretty cool. Yep. I like it. So that's working. And we did it in only 3 hours. No, almost 4 hours. Jesus. Should have just recorded the video. All right, guys. So that's going to be it. I'm super tired. But now I have some code to share. And this will help my students. So worth it. But yeah. That's going to be it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And also check out kiloloco.com. See if there's anything over there that you might like. Maybe a course. And membership access gives you Slack access where you could always ask me a question. And I'll start, making videos for my community. But yeah. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great rest of the night or good rest of the day. I will catch you guys tomorrow.